15 minutes is all it takes to jumpstart your day as powerful entrepreneurs share what they do so you can be successful too. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Success. Hello, it's a great day in every way, and I'm your host, Dr. Lotus Riché of 15 Minutes of Success. Have you ever wondered how business entrepreneurs got their start? Have you ever wondered how, when tough times came, they kept holding on? Have you ever wondered why they kept going when the odds were against them? And have you ever wondered why someone even wanted to go in business? Sometimes it only takes 15 minutes of success to have the thought that you're going to go into business and also to get that business mentor. Well, today on 15 Minutes of Success, we have a leadership mentor that is so amazing and so incredible. We could not wait to bring her to the show. Today, we're going to have a very candid talk with the international speaker, a global leadership coach, visionary thought leader, and two-time best-selling author, none other than Dr. Lovella Mogere. She is here and she's going to light up the program today. So what I'd like you to do before she even comes in, go ahead and put some L's in the comment and give her some love. And also let us know where you're coming in from. And if she says something that, really hits home with you, go ahead and put it in the comment. Let us know what's hit home for you and why. Because the more we know, the more all of us can grow. So with no further ado, when I come back to you, I'm going to be with Dr. Lovella. Give her some love. Please welcome the CEO, Leaders Who Lead Differently, Dr. Lovella Mogere. Dr. Mogere is in the house. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Dr. Lovella is in the house.
I'm doing good. How about you?
Awesome. We are so delighted to have you here, and our guests are already streaming in, and it's great to see our guests coming all the way in. Let us know, everybody, where you're coming in from. There we go. Angela know how to come on into the show. She's joining us from D.C. And Danielle, let us know where you're coming in from as well. Hey, Bridget, we see you, and welcome to the show. Let us know where you're coming in from. All right. Dr. Lovella, you are doing your thing. You are one of the queens of leadership. And we are so happy to have you here today. Now, I know some of our audience, they may not be familiar with you, even though you are an international speaker, you're a award-winning author. But tell them a bit more about who you are and what you do. Dr. Lovella?
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Riche. I am the leader of leaders. I not only empower, I not only impact, but I literally transform minds, transform hearts. I literally look at the blueprint based on what is echoed, based on what is presented before me, and help that leader not only run with the vision, but at the same time, what phase are you in? How are you bringing impact? How are you expanding and how are you growing? And sometimes that might means that we may have to just revamp the blueprint just a little. And it could very well be that you are disconnected from the vision. But when we look at the vision, you, the visionary, what part are you in? What phase are you in? And how are you running with the vision? So they call me a leader of leaders. And not only that, I lead multiple movements. Okay, so we have Surge Hub, we have Leaders Who Lead Differently, and a plethora of other things. But in every aspect, you will find there are global leaders, impactful leaders, bold leaders, and resilient leaders behind the movement.
Yes, I love that. Thank you, Dr. Lovella. I appreciate you. As you can hear, this show is for leaders. It's for Fortune 500 executives. It's for that woman or that man that's doing the darn thing in what they do. And so we are so happy to see all of you. Dr. Lovella, thank you for sharing a bit more about yourself and what you do and how you lead. And so let's get right into 15 minutes of success. One of our top questions is, Dr. Lovella, I know a bit about your history and you've come a long way and you've helped so many people. But what kept you in the race? First of all, what made you go into business for yourself?
Well, I've had not only examples, but I've had the blueprint before me all this time. But based on the programming, we are forced or positioned to work that 9 to 5, and even on that 9 to 5, you're either one day dreaming, or you're either going be out of the 9 to 5, or you're either thinking, you're either Googling, you're either writing and writing down your visions and or plans, or you can literally see yourself doing something beyond what you are planted in or establishing. And so that's what came to me, and I'm like, okay, let me try it, let me do this. And my first of course, we have all done retail, but my first initial step out was in 2000. Really, my first, no, I like 2010, my first magazine called the Prophet's Mantle magazine. And at that point, I'm like, Holy Spirit, you're going to have to teach me, tell me how to do this. And literally starting that magazine with $0, with $0. But again, you asked how, as in that moment where I am sitting planted and doing executing business, that the model came back to me, that my grandparents left a model before us as business owners, and as they did agriculture, and they will send from the land tomatoes, sugar, whatever, but they will plant in the land and then they will sell. The store was connected to their home. And then God took me back to my parents as entrepreneurs, and I'm like, this model have always been before me, based on being an entrepreneur.
So let me stop you there, because I heard you say something dynamic. And those of you that's with us this morning, I want you to put this in the chat. You said plant. Planting is very important, because how many of us know that if you don't plant anything, you're not going to harvest anything. So take a moment and put plant in the chat. All of our viewers, take a moment and put plant in the chat. And if you don't plant anything, you're surely not going to harvest anything. And so I think a part of the harvest sometimes also comes struggle. So can you share with us a moment in time where you may have struggled a bit to keep it going? Because just like you said earlier, some of us have done retail, some of us has done a myriad of things, but there's been a time where we said, okay, I got to go into business for myself. And even though when we went into business for ourselves, we hit that moment, that brick wall, that time where we had to struggle. So tell us a little bit about one of your struggles and how you overcame.
Oh, thank you so much for that. There are, again, many stories, but this one, closest and also present to me, is where my mom had an incident on the job. And so with that, I flew out the next day. She fell. And at that point, it's like, oh, mama. And, and even though I've been working and still doing what I'm doing on the side, either coaching or publishing and other doing a myriad of things to be able to sustain and maintain, is at that point when the reality hit, is like, I cannot do what I'm doing. I have to have a fluid or streams of income. And just so happened one day I looked up, and one of my friends, it was on Facebook, her hand is in, and I said her hands are in everything. She's have different systems. She said, I'm sick today and I'm soliciting prayers. She said, luckily I have systems in prayer that even in place, that even though I am down, they're still doing its thing. There's still a mechanism, and I'm still producing or creating streams of wealth or income, even though I'm down. And at that point it hit me, God, right now I'm micromanaging and my hand is on everything. So at that point, I need to have streams of income to be able, or systems in place, that even though if I'm not there, that it will be able to do its thing. I realized that I was stopping the flow of the fluidity. And for confirmation, it took, of course, we go back and forth in our heads about certain things. And it took two people that brought light and awakening. And it so happened, Dr. Lowe, you don't even know about this. It happened within 24 hours. The first person that told me what this was Coach Janine. And she said, Dr. Lovella, maybe God is saying that you need to, he needs your attention. He needs your time for you to work for yourself so you could be free to do what God has called you to do. That was Dr. Janine. And then here it is, again, within 24 hours. And you said, Dr. Lovella, I know you got some stuff going on. I don't mean to seem insensitive, but it could very well be that you need to be free to do what God has called you to do. What am I saying? There are those that are going back and forth in their head in regards to the plan, the system, or the streams of income, and at the same time letting go of what has been consistent. But in order for you to step forward, for you to be free, solid, and fluid to do the things in purposeful timing, and at the same time be free to be able to impact those that's connected to you or globally, you have got to let go of some things. And what am I saying? God will send people with trusted voice that will speak to the very core of you to confirm timing. And so with that, bringing the reckoning or the moving, and so which I had to let go of some things and now move in the fluidity of it. And thus revamping, here it is, looking at what I have in place, the systems I have in place, see what works and what doesn't work. Can this system thrive, sustain, and be consistent within the next 5 to 10 years? What's the weak points? What's the strong points? Can this system...
Let me ask you a quick question, and we'll go back to the system, because you said something that's critical to every business owner: timing. Timing. Can you put timing in the chat? Somebody put timing in the chat. Timing. Timing is a critical aspect. Timing is a critical aspect. Why is timing so important? And we're asking you, our viewers, our audience, why is timing so important when it comes to business? And Bridget said,
so yes,
timing is everything. Timing is everything. And Madam Janine said, yes, indeed, I am glad you did make yourself available to God so that God can use you, basically the way that God wants to use you, not the way that you want to be used or the way that somebody else wants to use you. I'm just expounding on what Coach Janine said, but in the way that God wants to use you. And it's really all a matter of, like Danielle said, the timing is alignment. Woo! What do you think about that?
Right. Timing is alignment. And the thing about it is, again, because we were trained and programmed to wait for time, wait for the seasons of time, wait for the right timing, that we forget that we are the one to navigate, drive that time. Okay. So at that point, again, looking at the blueprint, and we are having that aha moment, what will we do? Sometimes we will go back on the shelf and grab hold of what we should have done 5-10 years ago. But It very well could be that what God gave you 5-10 years ago was for that season in time 5 years ago. And so knowing the timing due to alignment or syncopation, you don't redeem the time. Now you move in the timing. Now this is where you pause and you ask the Father, the Creator, what is it that all creation is putting a demand on me for? Not going back in your book of notes that have your stamp, the date of stamp or approval, and everything that God has given you over time. What is, we talk about alignment, what is all creation putting a demand on you for? And that's when what you have been hidden and what you've been carrying and going through mazes of time or seasons of time is now going to come out from dormancy and now to the forefront. Now you will find that what you're bringing to the forefront you thought might have been a seed form is a full-blown either adolescence or a full-blown adult, because now your vision has outgrown you. Woo. Now what do you do when your vision has outgrown you?
Wow, you have said that. And so let's talk about this. Let's talk about growing, because your business has grown significantly and continues to grow even after some hard times and some challenges. But before we go to what you're doing now, who's keeping you going? First of all, who inspired you to be the leader that you are? Now, I heard you say, Coach Janine said, listen, lady, you need to start your own business. God is trying to use you. Okay. But who was someone that you looked up to as you were coming up as a mentor? Because I always say great mentors need great mentors.
That's so true. Great mentors do need mentor. Um, I have one that I'm going back over the echo of conversations. He's no longer in the earth, but I have his. I go back over the echo of his conversation, and it's time stamped, which means it's approved, and it's time stamped, which means it speaks loudly. And then I have one of my mentor that I sit at his feet. Is called Anthony Trucks. He's an old NFL football player. That
Yeah.
every now and then I could go, Trucks, Anthony, and can we talk? And at this point where I'm at it, like, I need to sit down somewhere. We keep pouring out, but I need to sit down. So I do have many other spiritual mentors, as well as those that's in the career or background. And even now, I would say, even now, Dr. Lowe, just by way of the essence of the expression of our conversation, that
Yeah.
I'm open to such wisdom and richness that it adds to what I'm carrying. What am I saying? Even in the moving and the implementing and the execution, be spiritually or hypersensitive to the echoes of wisdom. We need
Yes.
to surround ourselves with wisdom and counsel. Otherwise, we will dismiss strategy. We will dismiss strategies because we keep looking for a mythology and we're missing the strategies by the echo of our circle. So we have to be hypersensitive, which means just yield, listen to the timing
Listen.
in which the weight of the strategy is coming.
Okay, fantastic. I absolutely love that. So we have to listen. We have to know it's about timing. We have to keep going, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like. I always talked about that
Mm,
on my show, Bring Who You Are. No matter what it looks like, keep on going. Keep on going. Can someone type in keep on
mm,
going? Keep on going in the chat. Keep on going. Keep on going, because it's when you keep going, you keep persevering, you keep going through, that's going to help you get to the other
yes.
side. That's going to help you really have the public proof points of your success. Nobody don't have to tell you you're successful, because it's a feeling that comes from within when you can see the fruits of
Mm,
your labors. But you got to keep going. You can't give up. Now, how many times have some of you wanted to give up? Come on, let's I love transparency, because this is 15 minutes of
mm,
success. And we get successful and we
mm,
stay successful by being transparent. How many of you have ever wanted to give up? Just put one. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat.
mm.
If you ever wanted to give up, it's okay. You can say it. And Angie said perseverance. That's right. So I have wanted to give up before. Dr. Lovella, have you ever wanted to give up before?
Mm.
But you
Oh
kept on
yes, all
going.
heck will break loose, and that doesn't mean that you're not successful when all heck
That's
is
right.
breaking loose. When all heck is breaking loose, that's the creator, and what's happening is testing your pressure points. Can you handle the pressure of what
Can
you're
you
about
hear?
to carry or implement or execute?
Exactly
You're
right.
being
Because you gotta
pressurized.
Right, because you gotta be. You've been pressurized. I like how you say it. You've been under the pressure
Mhm.
of
Mm,
what success is
mm,
taking you through. So not only can you get to be more successful, but when you get there, you can stand. And I see Kerwin is saying, he's coming in from the Philippines. He's saying, hey, I wanted to give up. Bridget is saying, I wanted to give up. Angie is saying, I wanted to give up. Janine is saying, I wanted to give up. But here's the thing. I want you to put a number 2 in the chat. A number 2 in the chat if you kept going, because I too wanted to be successful. I too
mm.
I too wanted to be successful. Put a number 2 in the chat. And why am I saying 2? Because 2 is greater than 1. And so when you
Yes.
have an accountability partner that will help you to along your journey to success, guess what happens?
Mm,
The load is a little lighter. Things don't look so bad.
mm.
It don't feel so bad. The air
Can I
smells a
answer
little.
that, Dr. Lynn?
Yes, please go ahead.
Mm. Can I add to that, Dr. Love?
Yes,
I
please.
remember having a conversation with his name is Chris Thompson. He's in Georgia, and he was helping me with my branding, and we were having conversations, and then he was giving me the steps. Okay, if you do this by this time, you'll be able to achieve such and such, and if you do this by this time, you'll be able to achieve such and such. And so I'm like, okay, I hear you. Then when I came back and I did it, he said, well, wait a minute. he said I gave you about 2 to 3 months, and I said, no, that's your
Right.
timing for me. That's not my timing. And what am I saying? And so sometimes, based on your team or who you're working with or who's that you're connected to, they have their timetable for your progression. And so sometimes you're going to be pressurized to produce or speed up the timing of your progression. And so when we don't recognize it as pressure points, we see it as spiritual warfare, and we start fighting. We put up a resistance, we put up a wall. And so, he says something so very profound. He said, and a lot of us don't know what he brought to the table was this. He said, I've seen so much. He said, but your work ethic impressed me. A lot of us don't know the impact of our work ethic. We're so busy doing that in reality, your impact by way of your execution is creating an impact violently
Yes.
that you're not realizing that you're making. Your gift is making room for you. He also
Yep.
said this. He said, what we're going to do is not only apply pressure and do what we're doing. He said, because when you get to that peak, you don't fall or fail because of what the pressure from when you are high or ascended. So a lot of us are working and trying to make move to expand that we're not making space from when we ascend. And so when we get there and we don't know what to do, we fall, we fail, we flop because we don't know how to handle the latitude, the longitude. We're so busy with that tunnel vision. So again,
Yes.
we have to be hypersensitive and be still and ask the creator, what is going on with me? Could very well be he's stripping some things. He's changing your perspective. He's giving you a new lens. He's also saying that you're over here when I need you to be over here. Alignment.
Exactly.
You're at phase
Exactly.
1 when you should be at phase 4.
Awesome. And I love that. I love a lot of the comments that our viewers are making. And let us know if you're just joining us, let us know where you're coming in from. And if you are watching this via replay, let us know where you're coming in from. And don't forget, listen and stay to the end because we've got something special for you. So pressure produces purpose. Go ahead, Bridget. She said that. And that is so true. And can you stay under the pressure and stay on your assignment is one of the key components of being successful. So I like you, all those that are watching us, even if you're watching by replay, put in there, stay on assignment. Stay on assignment. And I give a signature talk that says bounce back, baby, bounce back, because you got to bounce back. And Daniela put hashtag in there, bounce back. You have got to bounce back. And then we have another comment down below. I want to take this comment, and we see Madam Shirley Murphy from Nigeria. Happy to have you here. And Angela says challenges are not obstacles that can't be overcome. Challenges are opportunities of great success. The outcome depends on our execution. Woo! That's strong. That's strong. That is so strong. So
Very strong.
If you
But on point.
want to have a great outcome, you have to stay on your assignments. You have to have that continued faith. You have to have, this is why I asked you to put in number 2, you have to have accountability partners, people that support you, people that are going to help you, and people that are going to be there for you. And someone said something earlier, and I want to go back and I want to find what she said, because I think what she said was on point. And I'm gonna find this comment. This sister was so on point. Let me make sure I can grab this comment. She shared. Let me go up just a hair. She shared that sometimes we are trying to operate using old stuff. Basically, we're using old tools, we're using old stuff to get to where we're supposed to be going. So if you're using old stuff, we have something for you. That's why I said stay to the end of the show, because we want to share something with you.
Mm.
If you are using old stuff, old tools, old techniques, old ways of thinking, you have got to think differently. Think differently. And now many of us on the show today, we have books that help people get through what they're going through. And if you have a book, I want you to put it in the chat, okay? But you got to harness your thoughts so that you could take the reins, control your life, and win. Okay? You got to rise above. Because Daniela said, listen, we can be making moves. We can be moving with outdated info. And this weekend, we have the answer. We got the solution. We got the fix to your quandary. We got the fix to your quandary. And this weekend, all the leaders around the land, we invite you to be a part of what we're doing to help leaders become better, to be their best, and to do their best. Okay? And so we want to share with you, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but I want you, Dr. Lovella, to talk about the Leaders Blueprint Summit. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
What inspired you? What inspired you to have this Leadership Blueprint Summit?
Good question. We have a lot of leaders that have outgrown the framework. Some don't know what the framework is. Again, some of them, if they're implementing old strategy, their old methodologies, and at the same time, a lot of them are going through transition. We also have leaders that's walking away from systems or models that they have invested over 20 years of their time. And they're like, okay, what next? I know that what I'm carrying is greater than this. I know that what I have or impregnated with, if the magnitude is greater, heavier than this. But what next? And so this event or this moment in time is an answer to a lot of questions. And at the same time, it helps the leaders with not only to understand the framework, but it also helps them to move in the timing with strategies in the framework of time as they are being guided with plan to execute, and also strategies and the skills necessary for an advanced age. An advanced age, what am I saying? Based on, we are in the 10th year, going on the 11th year of the I-10, or not I-10, the AI industry. So therefore, based on what you're building now, how will generations 5, 10 years ahead benefit from what you're executing or building now? How will the generation ahead of time benefit from the model, the mental model, the intelligence, the data, the framework? How will they benefit from your blueprint? And so to help one not only tap into their blueprint, but at the same time to be able to articulate the blueprint and make room for the generations ahead. So literally going 20 years ahead and now backtracking and building a model from the framework of sight, and now build it according to the strategies of heaven for them to be able to now walk into, build that framework. So what inspired me to give answers, to be able to impact, to be able to improve, to be able to transform, to be able to ignite, to awaken those that are even, and we have a lot of powerful leaders that are sleepwalking. They're asleep on themselves. They don't know what they have and or possess. They are powerful leaders.
That's true. And you're 100% right. And the Leaders Blueprint Summit is going to help draw the greatness that's within you out so you can bring it to the world. And so let's talk about some of the great leaders that will be with us this weekend.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for that, Dr. We have Dr. Lena, powerful business owner, business mind. You'll find that she has a publishing company, and she's will bring to you helping you to bring or develop your thoughts and ideas into book form or digital real estate. And we also have our MC, Dr. Lo. As you can see, she's powerful in what she's doing. This is her forte. She's able to capture yet your wisdom and thoughts and be able to echo it. And so we're glad to have her as our MC. And Dr. Shirley Murphy, powerful woman of God, impacting nations globally. Based on her wisdom and knowledge, you will benefit from who you are as an individual, as a leader, and the essence and the core of you based on transformation. She's very resilient. And we have Miss Omla, business strategist, powerful international attorney, and she is going to bring the structure of trust, form an organization, how to build yet your company for the inside out, tools and resources and funding. And we have Coach Wanda, the evolution queen. She will be talking about how to evolve and how to transform in the new version of you. And we have Dr. Verenda. She is a strategist of the realm of education. And she will have so much strategy in regards to how to, and I keep telling her, structure your school and how to maneuver your education courses and how you as an educator could impact the world. We have Prophet Bridget. You will hear that she is very sound and she's echo. When I said that, echo soundness, and she's way beyond her time. So she will speak, yes, you, in regards to helping that leader be impacted and how to walk in their newness of their blueprint. And we have yet her twin flame, her twin sister, again, that is Barb. And also you will find they're both powerful. They sharpen each other. They're both powerful. So I can't wait to hear not only what all of these speakers will be speaking from, but we also have Coach Janine. Resolutions with you. She always has a solution. You hear me? She listens very well, and she has a solution for your business, and she'll be able to help you solve your business solution. And we have Coach Danielle Marshall. That's the one to bounce back, but she's always, and I call her motivation queen. She has a word for you, how to build resilience and how to bounce back from wherever you are. So I'm looking forward to hearing all of these resound speakers echo their brilliance in the Leaders Blueprint Summit. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I have pen on paper.
Yes, and I'm so excited too. And we have Coach Janine. See, Coach Janine does double duty, hun. She is in the chat and she is saying, look, register now. The crazy special alert tickets for the Leaders Blueprint Virtual Summit right now. We're doing a special. Right now, we're doing a 2 for 20. So bring your best girlfriend, bring your daughter, bring someone that you work with, bring someone in your church, bring someone in one of your organizations that is ready to be the leader that she's designed to be. So she can come grab hold to this blueprint during this summit. Janine said, get your colleague, grab your friend or your partner and join us on Saturday, January 25th, 2025 for a transformative virtual event designed to elevate your leadership skills, impact, and influence, featuring expert speakers, actionable strategies, and exclusive resources. You see, because this summit is your key to thriving in 2025. Why should you just be alive when you can thrive? So go ahead and get your ticket today. And Dr. Lovella, how can they get their ticket?
Sure, via Eventbrite, and also under Leaders Blueprint, the Leaders Blueprint Summit, and also on every speaker's page there is a link. They have a flyer presented with the link as well for you to register, and as well as on my page. You could also find the flyer and or link on my page, but definitely on Eventbrite, the Leaders Blueprint Summit.
Exactly. And you'll see one of our amazing speakers. Many of them are here already today. You can connect with them. Be sure to connect with them and grab your ticket, because each woman here has something significant that she's going to be giving to you when you come. We have wonderful gifts for you. We have wonderful offers for you, and you don't want to pass this by. And if you look in the chat below, you're going to see we have the Eventbrite where you can go and grab your ticket. You can grab your ticket. You can also go to my Facebook page. You can also go to Dr. Lovella's Facebook page, where you will see the link is right there for you. So I want to drive you on over to Dr. Lovella's page. It's right here. You can go here and click right on that link, and bada boom, bada bing, you are in, and we will see you at the amazing summit. Woo! We can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be, and ladies and men, definitely. That's why I said, you guys, you are welcome. Bring your daughters, bring your sons, because this is about leadership. It's not just for women. It's inspired by women, but it's for women and for men, for young leaders, for thriving leaders, for entrepreneurs, for Fortune 500 corporation leaders. This is the summit that you want to be at to help get yourself to the blueprint that's going to help you navigate for the rest of your life, for the best of your life. So with no further ado, the final word is to you. Dr. Lovella, please share your final thoughts for 15 Minutes of Success, and let people know how 15 Minutes of Success can change their life for the best.
Thank you. Be the leader who leads differently. You are the DNA that will transform nations. You are the DNA that will transform global lives, the nations. Be the leader who leads differently.
Awesome. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So with that, as you are leading differently, just remember, you have people that are going to help you, that are going to hold you accountable. That's why you put the 2 in the comment. And so we look forward to seeing you this weekend. And Dr. Lovella, you want to tell them what time they should be with us this weekend?
Sure. 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central time.
10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central.
Okay.
So
10 o'clock
Eastern. Until then, my friends, we thank you everyone for being here today from all over the world. If you didn't get the opportunity during this broadcast to put in where you're from, please go ahead and put in where you're from, and let us know that you're going to be joining us this Saturday for an amazing summit that you don't want to miss. Come on and get your blueprint. Not only get your blueprint, but we've got some amazing gifts for you at the summit. So until we meet again,
10 a.m. Eastern and 9 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, fantastic. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, you said? Say again, Doc?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll see you there.
Just 10 a.m. Eastern, a.m.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll see you on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week. Take care now. Thank you for watching the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. And we'll see you on the next episode of 15 Minutes of Success, where powerful entrepreneurs share what they do so you can be successful too. If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at Lotus at LotusRicheIgnitesYou.com. And we'll see you on the other side of 15 Minutes of Success. Success is in the eye of the beholder. See it, create it, and be it.